Alright guys, welcome back to the video. So we are continuing work on the screwdriver set. In the last video, we worked on the Torx drivers, got them all finished up. If you missed that video, there will be a link in the card up above, but those came out looking really good. So in this one, we're going to start working on our flathead drivers. So we have three very different size drivers with three very different size handles. Now this first one is a 1/4 inch flathead driver, our next one is a 3/16 driver, and then our last one here is a 1/8 flathead screwdriver. Now right off the bat, I can already point out one big problem with these drivers, and that is the small guy right here. This handle is just way too small to use. I can barely turn it in my hand properly or hold it in order to put in a small screw. I get that it's for a small screwdriver, but having this short and this small of a handle is not particularly useful when you have normal sized hands. Probably what I'm going to be doing is making these two the exact same size handle, you know, width and size and all that kind of stuff, and then we'll make one slightly larger one for the bigger guy here. Then for our handles, the material we're going to be using is some apple wood. Now, if you guys have been following along with the channel for a while, I collected a whole bunch of apple wood at the beginning of the summer, and most of the stock is not ready to work with yet. It's got a few more months of drying before I can actually use it. But some of these smaller pieces, stuff that would have probably gotten thrown away in the milling process, I decided to hold on to it because I knew that there would be a project like this that I could make use of it. Now my goal with this apple wood is to take advantage of the beautiful contrast between the heartwood and the sapwood, which is unlike any other wood I've dealt with. But I'm going to do my best to get our pieces out of these areas where there's this very obvious sap lines, and that's what we're going to try and work from. So before we go into the video, I just want to let you guys know that I recently started a Patreon page where I've got 3 different tier levels. If you join that top tier, you get free access to all my digital plans and SketchUp files, both for the current projects I'm working on as well as all my past stuff. As well as you get to be part of a monthly design session where you, me, and everyone else that's a part of that tier hang out over Google Meets, and we'll discuss some of the designs that I'm working on for future projects you're going to see on this channel. And if you want to support the channel another way, you can also go check out my merch on my website, like this hoodie I've got right here. But anyway, if you want to check out either my Patreon or my merch, there'll be links in the description as well as in the card up above. So clearly we have a minor issue. Our copper pieces, even though I used epoxy to glue them to the handle, did not stay attached. So as soon as this happened, I realized exactly what I did. I didn't give the epoxy anything to grip onto on the copper. Copper is very smooth, and unlike the black pipe that we used on the other screwdrivers, which had a lot of texture on the inside of it, the copper is completely smooth on the inside. So what I've gone through and done is on the area where we actually put the epoxy before, I've just gone in and added some notches with my skew. This will give the epoxy a good area to grab into on the wood. Then all I'm going to do with the copper is I know which side is my bottom, which side is actually going up against the end of the screwdriver there, and I'm just going to go in and add in a whole bunch of little nicks in there, just so that the epoxy has something to actually grab onto. And so just by doing that, it just creates something for the epoxy to hold onto. You want to be very careful not to mess up the area around this outer face here, because obviously that's going to be visible in the final piece. We want to avoid damaging it, but for the most part, we just need a rougher surface, because right now this is a perfectly polished, smooth surface on the inside of these copper pieces, and we just need something in there for that epoxy to grab onto. Flathead screwdrivers all done with their nice turned applewood handles. I really am interested by these handles because of how lightweight they are. Comparing these to the first set that I did, which was the Torx drivers, these ones are super lightweight. I know that the wood is denser than the white oak that I used on the other handles, but also on the other handles, as I used that piece of black pipe, which is much thicker and therefore probably heavier than this little piece of copper that I used on all these three. So it's kind of interesting to see where the weight comes in. But yeah, these ones are just super lightweight, really interesting. Even on the bigger guy here, it's a super lightweight handle and overall a fairly lightweight screwdriver, which is really nice. And so overall, the applewood came out looking amazing, especially on this big flathead here. You can see we've got that nice light pale sapwood mixed in there. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this is one of the only woods where I really love the combination of the heartwood and the sapwood, because they actually go together pretty nicely, unlike most other woods. So overall, I'm happy with how these came out, but I also don't love them as much as the first set, purely because this was a very good learning opportunity, and this will probably be the first set that I end up redoing in the future, because we ran into a couple issues. First off, with my little detailing in here, I tried to add in some beads, and you can see for the most part, they ended up just kind of turning into lines on here, or in this case, they just kind of turned into grooves, mostly because I had no idea what I was doing with trying to make the beads, so I was just playing around. Again, I do think that they look all right, but they're not perfect, and they definitely could be better. The copper on the handles, I think, looks amazing. I really like that. I like it more than the steel, honestly. The thing that went the most wrong with these drivers, though, is the actual head. And so it's most noticeable on the bigger flathead here, but it is at a slight angle. Now, I've been playing around with it. I tried turning some screws and all that with it. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a big issue, but the head is just at a very minor angle, and it is a little bit visually annoying. If I hold it out at a distance, I can kind of tell that the head is a little bit tilted. You might be able to see it in the camera there. It's just ever so slightly at an angle, and that is very annoying, and I'm not quite sure why this happened, because I had the handle locked in the lathe, I drilled the hole, it should all be on center. So I think it's more so a case of when I was trying to get this driver head free from the handle that it was in originally, I probably bent it in this lower section here. So even though I have a nice straight hole, the actual head of the screwdriver was bent itself. And then the final thing that I still may or may not do to these is I might go through and try and blacken up the screwdriver heads again like I did on the Torx drivers, because I really hate this kind of matte grayish kind of silvery look of these screwdriver heads. It looks kind of gross, and they definitely, there's something on them that makes them look really weird, and they get scratched up super easy. So I might just polish them up with some 220 grit and then throw that blackening on them. I'm still deciding on that, so we may or may not even end up doing that. So I am excited to start using these. I'm going to use these in the kind of the final assembly and put together of the entryway table I'm currently working on, so you guys get to see these again if you're watching along with that series. But anyways guys, that's going to do it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.